How's it going, everybody? We are going to be doing our summoner testing today, and as you see by this thumbnail, I'm not super stoked on the three-piece summoner team. We'll talk about why that is, but before we do that, let's talk about where I will be testing these characters. Right now, Marvel vs. Mayhem, there seems to be three places of interest to test characters. That's going to be against the final boss in the Memento mode, the Juggernaut, Nightfall, which would also be Eye of Nightmare next time, and then the final challenge, which is that big boss Man-Thing fight. Before we do that, though, let's go ahead and talk about the characters themselves. I did just hit level 70 today. I just want to give a shout out to developers for making that feel like an absolutely inconsequential achievement. There's literally no achievement for hitting level 70. You don't get like your entire energy filled up. You don't get like 10 great keys. You get one shadow key. And that's it. That's it. I was like, okay. Anyway, enough complaining out of me. Let's go over the characters, starting with the legendary character that we all got for free, Moon Girl and Devil Dino. Let's talk about the vibe of this character. To do that, we go by the talents. She is going to be BFFs with her Devil Dino, right? Devil Dino, sorry, is going to get 160% of her HP and 100% of her attack and defense. Devil Dino, really, really powerful. We like him, right? He's got a giant AoE stun. Moon Girl puts a massive debuff, making summon units do 90 to 92% more damage. And that's kind of the vibe of the characters. And he also does really good damage on his ultimate. That's kind of the vibe, though. And so what you end up having to do is kind of build Moon Girl a little bit tanky, because the Devil Dinosaur just runs in. And if the Devil Dinosaur dies too early, that's almost a wrap for you. Because then you have to do a 4-cost ability to get the Devil Dinosaur back, or it goes up to 5, the Devil Dinosaur dies again. When we get through some of the footage, you'll see some of the issues I was having. But now that I hit level 70, maybe it won't be a problem anymore. Let's talk about the highlight. I do have that OP highlight on her that we all got for free. It is only level 60. My character's level 70. All highlights are going to be level 60 for this. So this Devil Dinosaur, built a little bit tanky, and she's got level 6 talents across the board. Let's go for Man-Thing. You would think Man-Thing should be the leader of the summoner team. He's got a couple cool things, but I want to start by talking about the really big misses on his kit. His passive. So when hit by adjacent enemies, he's going to do like a Thorns attack to them. So he wants to be tanky, but the problem is Man-Thing starts in the back. So we'll see how that works out. When a Boy Thing dies, he's going to get ultimate energy. Flourishing Fields will dispel a debuff, which is going to be the heal. He does a heal as well. We're going to increase the allied summon units maximum HP. He does his summons. They get 100% of his defense, but only 50% of his attack. Only 4 Boy Things are allowed at a given time. And his ultimate is how you can position him to tank. But he's got to reach that ultimate ahead of time, right? As far as his highlight goes, we're going to put the summoner highlight on him, where he's going to get his HP increase, and the nearby allied attack speed increases, with the effect being doubled on summon units. As far as artifacts go, we're going Avengers ID cards. So when he does ult, he's going to be giving an attack boost to all the characters on the field. And I'm going to give him Underjarn. Sorry if I butchered that. Essentially, when he ults, he's also going to get a little bit tankier. All right. And then we go to Thread. Yeah, this ghastly puppeteer. This guy is kind of spooky. So his level 61 ability allows all summon units to get affected by piercing attack, which basically means all summons are going to be ignoring 24% or 22.5% of enemies' defense. His summons take less damage. He increases the attack of all summoned units. He can summon both a melee unit and a ranged unit. The melee unit is going to get 45% of Thread's max HP, 100% of the attack. And the shooter units get 30% of Thread's max HP, but 120 of Thread's attack. So if we don't need anything to tank, he can pop off in a really cool way. Then we got his taunt. Basically, he will make all summoned units tack the target that he hits with this number 2 ability. And then there's his ultimate. I love his ultimate. His ultimate does really good damage in the same sort of hexagonal shape as Scarlet Witch, and it'll increase the attack speed of all summon units by 50%. As far as highlights go, I'm going to equip the Fight as 1, so the wearer's attack increased by 20%, crit rate increases by 16%, and artifacts, we go all in on the damage. So Unstable Molecule, as you can see, physical damage bonus, crit damage, energy generation, a lot of energy generation, so we're going to get lots of ultimates. The Hand of Shuriken, we got attack percent, crit rate damage. I think these are nearly 2 perfectly rolled, perfectly synergistic artifacts for Thread. All right, let's get in there. With that said, let's get in there. Let's do some testing. We're going to hit our 3 testing areas right away, and we'll see what we find. All right, so unlike the last test we did on the follow team, I'm actually going to leave this Juggernaut at level 70 so that it's level 70 characters versus level 70 characters, so we get an idea of sort of the upper limits of these characters. All right, so let's throw our summoner team in. Doesn't really matter where we position things because Devil Dino's going to run it in, but I want Man-Thing to be as close as possible. And let's go for it. And of course, when I do this testing, because I'm recording live, it's never a guarantee that I'm going to stick the landing on the best ability usage and everything like that. So bear that in mind. All right, we'll kind of build up our cooldowns a little bit. Let's let Devil Dinosaur get hit. Heal him up. Great heal by Man-Thing. Let's summon up a boy thing. Man-boy, rather. Okay, let's try and get our guy in range here. The problem is, once Juggernaut sets his sights on somebody, he's going to be hitting that guy until the end of time, right? I kind of want to save this ability for when the Juggernaut starts doing his, this here. All right, let's get another summon going. Let's increase everyone's attack speed. All right, so far, so good. I'm actually going to do this because I'm worried we're not going to hit that timer. We're going to do 100% more damage. We broke that, no problem. Oh, we got to get a heal on Devil Dino quick. I'll throw the ult because we can. Maybe I should have saved that, but I'm worried Devil Dino's going to die here. We want to summon these guys away from Juggernaut because he does that AoE slam. Can we save the Devil Dino? Oop. Nailed it. For now, anyway. We'll do the dash because we do have that Avengers ID card on. Cool. I want to get one more summon up before I do Threads attack. And Threads is just going to go crazy on him here. Increase the attack speed of everybody. Should go nuts. Yeah, it's getting shredded. Let's summon a Man-Boy. Devil Dino did die. We broke the timer. Devil Dino held out pretty good with the heals from Man-Thing, I gotta say. Man-Thing got shredded. Wow. Man-Thing got shredded. I guess because he wasn't in a position to heal himself, he probably got whittled down while I wasn't paying attention. That's okay. I did beat that with everyone surviving. The damage spread here, I think, speaks volumes. Obviously, Thread, he's got the damaging artifacts on. He absolutely crushed it. Moon Girl, far behind, but she did tank everything. And Man-Thing healed, kind of. He didn't really do any damage. He didn't really do any real tanking. He kind of died because the positioning was wonky. And that is going to be a problem sometimes, is trying to get Man-Thing beside because of the way terrain works. But let's go test in Nightfall and see how they perform. All right, so here we are in Nightfall, and let's get going. And I did notice a couple interesting things with this game mode while doing testing. We'll see if we can get to it. Let's get some damage dealers up right away. We might have to use this heal. I think I'm actually going to try and get this wave down. One thing I absolutely noticed about this team is it struggles to kill these waves before the dinosaur does its thing. So we definitely don't want to be sitting in any of these hits because Man-Thing's heal isn't quite enough to save us. Oh god. Oh no. Come on. Oh no. Our summons die. Thread is nearly dead. Devil Dino's absolutely just washed here. We definitely don't love that. If I don't heal Man-Thing, or sorry, if I don't heal Thread, he's gonna die to the next breath. If I don't heal Devil Dino, he's gonna die here. Anyway, let's go this route. We'll see if we can't yell this group down. I'm really surprised we couldn't get through that in time. I did, for the most part, get through these waves in time when I had them at level 68 for my testing yesterday. So hopefully this is not gonna be a worry. Alright, we got through this one. We did have to use a bunch of ults. Let's let our stuff kind of reset here. And, okay, so one of the interesting things I noticed, and I know you guys can see it now, my summons actually survive from fight to fight, which is really cool. Really, really cool. We're going to go with the melee units now. The reason we're doing the melee units is because we noticed that the range unit did get one shot by the breath. We don't love that. Alright, we got some more summons up. This is going to make our... Okay, Jesus. This is going to make Thread's ultimate go crazy if we have a lot of summons out, and we can get 4 from each summoner, right? All right, we gotta heal Devil Dino here because he is gonna get absolutely washed. All right, let's go for this. Let's do our breath. All right, we hit everybody. Good. How much damage to do to the dinosaur? Absolutely nothing. All right, well, you know, it was there. Sure, let's play position Man-Thing. So when the next wave spawns, he's over there. It'll also give me increased attack, which is cool. We'll summon you in.
Come, my child.
All right, Thread can erase this, hopefully. He's not in a good position. If I position him on the right side, this would have been a little bit better. Let's attack speed up, though, is good. Thread having to run around the whole damn island is not ideal, obviously. Do our punch. Let's do the debuff. Is there somebody to heal, or do I want to heal after the fact? Let's heal this, and let's see if the summons can survive. Man, they can get in position for that next wave over there. We will be eating one hell of an attack. Alright. Ooh, we lost a lot of summons there. Don't love that. So that's going to really hurt our Thread's ultimate. But Devil Dino took that hit great, so that's good. One thing I'm noticing here is that Thread is going to be affected most by this, because his summons are the ones that get one shot. Our Man-Thing summons are actually surviving. Here, let's keep our Thread alive. Good stuff. Weird positioning. It should have summoned on the left side, but that's okay. One of these. Okey-doke. We're at 1:20, so I'm already 40 seconds behind, or... Yeah, I'm nearly 40 seconds behind my record on this fight, so that's kind of funny. Alright. Alright, let's get the increased summon damage over here. Who died? Thread got wrecked. Maybe I wasn't paying attention to Thread. He got absolutely wrecked. Maybe he needed a heal at some point and I wasn't paying attention. Alright, we won't make the same mistake here. 60 seconds left. Okay, we're gonna eat this attack. Not loving that. Again, these characters are level 70 right now. I beat this with level 62 characters. Now, those are 3-star characters. So different, sure, but still kind of disheartening here. Alright, we're starting to lose our summons. We're not getting as much energy generation. Alright, so we beat it. Wasn't pretty. Maybe a couple misplays there, letting the Thread die. I will say, I have gone through this fight losing nobody, and they were lower level. So we call this a little bit of misplay. I think the highest I got at level 68 was around 1200. So keep that in mind. Let's go test out the challenge mode now. Alright, so here we are on the challenge mode. Once again, I was doing this at level 68, but we're level 70 now. This is the last fight. So I like to keep them all together because I want to try and maximize Man-Thing's heals. It was just brought up in chat, like, doing that heal also buffs your summons, which is true. The problem I always found is I was just dying if I did that. Here, we're actually going to start with a melee character, because I feel like I'm in trouble already. We got our heal. We're keeping our eye on Devil Dino. Devil Dino needs it. One thing that's cool about this team is that all their abilities cost, like, very little, and unless it's a 3-cost ability, you won't actually get lit on fire. The problem, of course, is that Devil Dino is the one that costs 3. He's tanking up there, and he's... Oh, God, is he ever in trouble already? Let's get that yell. If we could get these ads down, maybe we can stabilize a little bit. We gotta get Man-Thing over their stat, so he's tanking now that Devil Dino's dead. There's no saving Devil Dino from this, so I'm just gonna let him die. Alright, let's get our summon. Another thing that's cool is that while Devil Dino is up, the damage on the burn attacks actually doesn't hit our Moon Girl. It hits the Devil Dino, which is kind of cool. There's our summon. Let's go ahead and do this. Our Man-Thing needs his heal, like, now. Alright, good. He got it. Alright, we're kind of living with this. We're going to get our extra summon damage up here. I would love to wait so that... Yeah, I would have loved to wait so that Thread could have got his thing up. But I'm just not seeing that being a viable strategy. Did Man-Thing just die? Man-Thing just died. Man-Thing is trying to be a jack of all trades. He's trying to be a tank who literally can't position himself. He's trying to be a healer with a very low range shield, though it is AoE, which is nice. I don't know. I think I know my strengths and weaknesses already. Here, let's get this summon out. Devil Dino's about to die. Cool thing about Man-Thing is I think he actually just stands there and lets us beat on him for a little bit now. Alright, let's get the debuff out there. Let's get the extra attack speed. Let's see if Thread can save us. Thread is absolutely shredding. Yeah, let's just let Thread cook, I guess. Our summons did die though. Alright. Wait a minute. Our summons did die though. Hold on. Alright, get that 90% attack speed. Alright, so I mean we did beat the final challenge. That's something. Keeping Man-Thing up with just those heals would have been a problem. Alright, let me go write down some strengths and weaknesses that I saw here. Alright, so while testing, these are some of the observations I had. They have a really big weakness against AoE. Not just the AoE damage they do, which basically only comes from Devil Dino, and when he dies, it's like, oh crap. Like, we're done now. We don't have that AoE stun. We don't have that. Oh, like, he just straight up loses his ultimate. She doesn't gain a different ultimate, right? And I think it resets it, too, which is bonkers. I mean, yes, she does the powder attack, which is kind of cool. And Thread has the ultimate, but compared to other characters, like, a Lone Storm would out AoE these characters, right? Tankiness. Yeah, both to single target and AoE. Like you saw in the Nightfall fight, if we're getting breathed on, our summons are just gone. And if we lose our summons, we kind of lose all the setup time we put into it, and we fall to pieces. Heals. Man-Thing doesn't do enough heals. It's not spread out wide enough, like a Strange ultimate, or like the Emma heal when she has one dupe. It's just not great. It wasn't like full healing Devil Dino, which is rough. Maybe if I put a healing highlight on him, that would help a lot, probably. But then he would lose all that different attack speed he was given to the summons, right? And then setup. This team not only requires setup to make sure you're getting the summons out, it also requires setup to make sure you're using that sneezing powder at the right time. You're using that Thread ult at the same time, at the right time. So AI would play this team like trash. So in the event that we start having to do PvP fights, and let's say the human attacker is facing an AI defender, a summoner team is going to play like garbage on defense, which I would not be happy with, right? But strengths, we got some good strengths. Lots of good single target once we're set up. We saw in the Juggernaut fight, when we were set up, we put that sneezing powder out, we did that Thread ult, the Juggernaut got absolutely shredded. That's another thing, long form fights. Summons going from stage to stage on Nightfall is really cool, so long as they survive. And if they survive, then we're off to the races, as you're going to see in a little bit. Low cost abilities. I really like the low cost abilities of Thread. You know, we have the 2 cost, the 3 cost. He gets his ultimate very fast. Devil Dino, 3 and 3, not too bad. There's no 4 cost there. And the Man-Thing, I think Man-Thing is 2 and 2. His heal and his summon are both 2. Burst damage. Once we do the setup and we get the seasoning powder and we do the Thread ultimate, we shred people. And that brings us to the weak link. The weak link is definitely Man-Thing here, which is unfortunate because his kit like reads he wants to be the summoner king, right? The problem with Man-Thing is he's a jack of all trades, master of none. He wants to tank. He wants to do that thorn damage, but he needs to wait till he gets his ultimate in order to dash in range. And that dash doesn't have like a taunt on it. Maybe if that dash had a taunt on it, it would be a little bit different. But by the time he dashes in, Devil Dino is already at 25% life. The aggro doesn't swap. There's no way to pull Devil Dino off of a boss so the aggro does swap. So that's nothing. Besides Devil Dinosaur dying, of course, right? His heal, we talked about it, it's not really wide enough. His damage is super subpar. And the reason I would definitely sub off Man-Thing and then bring in like somebody to replace him instead of subbing off Devil Dino is because of what we saw in other testing. We did see Moon Girl and Devil Dino absolutely pump when they're allowed to get set up. When that Devil Dino is not dying and he's putting in work, he will actually do tons and tons of damage. And Moon Girl with that seasoning powder is absolutely making Thread a monster. Thread is definitely not the one you're going to sub off here. Yes, he's super squishy. Yes, his summons are more squishy. But he is the soul of the damage. He can get way more summons out faster. He can pick which summons they are. He's definitely going to be the MVP of the team. Let's go and let's do some different substitutions for the various characters, and we'll see what you guys think. All right, so here we're going to go back into our Juggernaut fight. It is still level 70, and we're going to bring in a healer instead of Man-Thing for this one. So we're going to go with Devil Dino, Thread, and Doctor Strange. And then we're going to put, what did we take off Doctor Strange? An artifact. We're going to put the ID card back on Strange that we stole and put on Man-Thing. There we go. And then let's get into this fight. And Strange, by the way, he's got the same sort of build as everyone else. He doesn't have any level 7 abilities. We will show Captain America, who does have level 7 abilities, in a little bit. But he's kind of on the same sort of build level as them, though he is not... I guess he's not free-to-play friendly, right? I don't know how to judge characters' free-to-play accessibility at this point in the game. I think it hasn't changed much from launch because the key situation hasn't changed much from launch. Anyway, let's see how this goes now.
Remember, Fred, if you betray me, then our deal shall be known.
All right, I mean, right away, we got really bad abilities out the gate. But we get our summon up. Again, we're going to summon away from him so we don't get smashed. Let's just do this attack and get it on cooldown. And look, Strange already has the ultimate up, and look at the difference this is going to do here. So this heal, it's a full heal. It's not even close. All right, let's get, you know what? I would actually really like the debuff version for this, because Thread and Devil Dino do a lot of similar damage here. But let's do this anyway. Let's throw it on, let's throw it on Devil Dino. Let's do our debuff. Let's do our... Hold on. We'll summon again first before we do the attack speed. I see the timer going. Well, hopefully it's not going to be a problem. Thread's going to attack. Thread shreds. Devil Dino. We'll take the rest off. And again, Strange Shield is back up and ready to go. So you see the difference is it's kind of staggering already. And honestly, we've had really bad kind of ability pulls right now. I'm going to let it build up. We'll see what kind of burst damage we can do. Although, we're bursting already. Oh my, did we burst that already? Alright, let's just do some attacks. Let's see if we can't get the debuff one this time. We did. Excellent. I feel like with this one in particular, Devil Dino is actually going to have outdamaged Thread here. Let's get another summon on the field. Let's heal up. Ooh, I really want to get that sneezing powder on. Can we manage that? No, we can't. It's okay. We'll put the defense down. We'll do the threat attack. And just watch how fast they attack now. Right? 13, 12, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. This was so much faster than with Man-Thing. This was so much smoother. I didn't feel stressed at all. I felt like we got horrible RNG on the card pulls. And so, like, a healer just keeping Devil Dino up, letting him do his thing, buffing the team, felt way better. But we can actually go another step further. So two things that Man-Thing tries to do, but I think because he's trying to do two things at once, he fails at, healing and tanking. Let's go see that other spectrum. Let's go see the tank side. All right, so here we are at Nightfall again. Everyone's level 70. We're going to throw in Captain America over Man-Thing now to do some tanking. And honestly, I don't know if there is a different tank that can do what he's going to do for this team right now. I don't think Juggernaut does it. Armor certainly doesn't do it. But let's get into this. We'll get our summons out. We're going to start strong. I will actually do the buff. Sure. Let's go ahead and do the buff. And this is what Captain America can do that no one else can. This shield right here. This shield is going to protect my bug. I don't think the bug is going to die here. I'll throw the ult anyway, but I don't think the bug dies here. We'll never know. Thread's damage actually got cracked because of the Captain America buff. All right, well, you know, let's build some stuff up. We'll take our time. We'll try and get another summon out. We're struggling to get more summons out from Thread. There we go. There we go. Let's see if we can clear this. We can't, so let's get our shield out. I probably could throw the Devil Dino ult and get through this, but let's not. The Captain America's shield made us take just 0 damage because we are also standing in the damage reduction, right? So you can just see it's night and day when you have somebody that's actually doing a tank job for your team, giving you barrier, literally holding the aggro on everybody. It's just completely different. There we go. He's now taunting. We can get another summon out. We only get 4 of these guys out, but that's okay. And I don't have to do the melee ones here. The melee ones we normally do because they have more life. We don't have to this time. We had somebody die on the last attempt, right, before we got it. But we did get it, I believe. Alright, let's renew the shield on Devil Dino. I'll actually do the damage reduction on Devil Dino here. Devil Dino can do his scream. I should have put the debuff out first. That's okay. Boom. We can get one more summon off. That's great. You know what? We don't want to do the summon until we can get a shield on them, though. So let's just chill on that. And in fact, all these guys are going to die unless I can get them to move in. Oh, I whiffed that. That's right. Hold on. They got the shield. They'll be okay. We'll reapply the shield just in case. I may be playing too conservative right now. They had the shield. I probably didn't have to do it like that. Sure. Let's do this. I like how that one decided to leave the damage reduction last second. Smirt, buddy. I feel like we're already doing this much faster. I'm definitely less stressed. There's a breath. Nobody died. Let's get our last bug pulled up. Alright, Devil Dino can do her breath. We'll just reapply the shield again. Why not? What's our time looking like? 1:30? So we're not much faster than we were. Definitely admit that, right? Oh, we're getting some attacks on the boss here. That's interesting. Hey, let's get some more. Do one of these. Oh, here we go. Getting this powder up is crucial to get things done faster, in my opinion. Sure, reapply the shield because we can. Even though I think all the bugs are just full on shield. We're playing way too conservatively here. I definitely could have done at least 2 Captain America offensive callers for sure. To get extra energy to do extra attacks for sure I could have. Good stuff. Dino does his roar. No reason to do the stun. Just wait till Thread got to his attack up. And so as you can see, I think I made the point, right? It's way cleaner if we bring in an actual dedicated healer or dedicated tank. And so I think we know what the summon team needs for the summon team to actually exist. The 3-piece, look, all the summons did just die there. I didn't renew the shield. Never lagged out. The summon team absolutely needs a real tank or a real healer. It either needs a dedicated summoner healer that'll keep Devil Dino alive and provide buffs the same way Strange does, while also summoning, or it needs a tank that's going to be in there before Devil Dino, or that has a taunt and provides barrier. Without that, there is no 3-piece summoner team. I do believe it is Moon Girl and Thread. Here you can see Thread dumpstered the damage because all those ads were out and they had time to fester. Captain America was keeping them alive. So Man-Thing, unfortunately, thumbs down. You guys let me know how you feel about the information shared in this video. Let me know if I was super off on artifacts or on highlights, or if I was playing it wrong, whatever the case may be. I did play around this team quite a bit, And I always found Thread was the MVP. Moon Girl kind of followed that up by boosting Thread and by kind of having that initial tank phase, depending if I had a healer in there or if I had Captain America, she was just like a damage booster, which was also pretty good. But yeah, this is Summoner Team testing. Let me know what you guys think. But for now, have yourselves a wonderful day. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys next video. Bye for now.